Well, the glasses are off, Paul Kiro.
The glasses are off. I decided to do one on, one off.
But you're so...
Am I squinting now?
You're irresistible.
Oh, okay, please stop. I appreciate that. Though.
Okay.
Thank you. So today's topic is something that's near and dear to my heart.
Cameras aren't here, Paul.
That's okay.
Okay.
Leading through relationships.
Okay.
I think I've navigated most of my entire career off this. So we've had a lot of our past episodes, the ones just been me and you, talking about systems and resources and dealing with things under pressure, etc. This is really just taking it back to the saying that this is a relationship-based business. I know, I'm moving my hands.
No, it's there. You look incredible.
And,
you're so passionate.
Stop. How do you build trust, communication with lenders, with clients, with peers, with your team, all that other type of stuff. So we're going to dive into all that.
I don't know if this
stuff.
is like an episode for me to talk. I think this is an episode for you to talk. Should I read out the questions?
You can throw anything back to me.
No, let me ask you the question because your emotional intelligence is. Like,
I understand, but
it's like book. Like you should write a book about it.
One day, maybe.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know.
You could ChatGPT. You could write a whole book. I did it on ChatGPT.
But then it's not really.
It's
not really from me. If it's through ChatGPT.
You're prompting it. It's just saving you a lot of time.
I would like to one day go speaking at conferences.
Yeah?
About emotional intelligence.
Are you announcing? You're doing a sales
I'm
conference?
announcing it. I'm signing with the Miami Heat.
Oh.
Is LeBron James? No, I'm not announcing anything.
Okay.
Long time to go.
Well, we could table that.
All right. So we'll get into the leader part of it later. I want to talk more about in the mortgage industry. Okay. So you've built incredibly strong relationships with both your clients as well as partners. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So as a top producing agent, as a beyond top producing, like on pace to be an absolute legend in the industry, how do you build trust with clients?
It's on camera.
From the very first conversation, especially when they feel overwhelmed? To be like, this is a huge thing and they're nervous and sometimes that may be easier to build trust, but how do you build trust with those clients? Let's start with the clients.
I think this really loops back to some of our earlier episodes, like back when we started this right before COVID.
Which is what I wanted to get back to.
Okay, great. Look at me reading your mind because obviously I have no material here to...
That's the way we do it.
Yeah.
You have no choice just to stay quiet. Like when we have guests, you don't say a word.
Maybe I should prepare better.
What are you talking about?
It's more natural.
It's more natural. You do this every day?
So
multiple times. How do you build trust with clients when they feel overwhelmed? So at the first touch point.
There's two things for me that come to mind immediately.
Right,
okay.
One.
I am a subject matter expert.
Okay.
You can ask me any question you'd like. I can likely give you an answer.
Okay.
Okay. If I can't, I know where to go to get the answer.
Okay.
Okay, that's number one. Okay, which I think is really important specifically in mortgages because you're getting a lot of nuanced questions, different structures. Today's environment's really interesting because qualification's more difficult than it used to be. Banks are tighter. You need co-signers, more down payments. You need to, whatever.
But you being a subject matter expert calms them down.
Yes.
Okay, just wanted to make sure were you going to tie that in later? That's part one. But subject matter expert is what makes them feel like I hear you on the phone with clients. And the fact that you can come up with a solution in 30 seconds or less, or even tell them, yeah, no problem. But it's not like, yeah, no problem, we'll get it done. It's like, actually, yeah, no problem. This is what we're going to do. We're going to have this. And you even throw them 3 scenarios or different things they can do.
Yeah.
So being a subject matter expert, right away, I feel like that calms them down.
Yeah, for sure. And what I want them to know is that they're in good hands. Right. And that there isn't a structure or a type of residential mortgage that I haven't seen before, which is likely the case.
Can I pause there for a second? Something came into my head.
Sure.
I often find that people in sales open with an elevator pitch versus calming them down through answering the question or through the solution. So what I mean by that, I'll give you an example. Okay, so client calls you.
But let's say it's a warm referral, because a lot of my...
Okay, warm referral. Let's say it's a warm referral. Okay. You're not a guy that's gonna pick up the phone and be like, hey, I just wanna let you know you're in good hands, and my name's Daniel, I've done X amount of mortgages, I'm a top 5%, this, that, and this is what I do on a daily basis, so let's open it up.
DLC legend, bro, top 0.4%.
But you don't open like that. You're like, okay, let me know about the situation. Yeah, but I don't know, and then they tell you about their situation, where then you breathe confidence and calmness through your solution that shows them that you're a subject matter expert, if that makes sense, which I truly admire in terms of your process.
No, I appreciate that. So that's definitely, like, I think people get an overwhelming sense of calm immediately because they know that I know what I'm talking about. I'm not just talking like mumbo jumbo, right?
Mumbo
like
jumbo,
yeah.
All right, number 2, go ahead.
So the being the subject matter expert ties into the second piece, which is speaking with conviction.
Okay.
I don't say a lot. I don't like chirp over, or I don't trip over my words. If I don't know the answer, I won't just make up an answer. I'll ask a lot of questions. I'll let the customer do a lot of the talking. I really want to find out what their pain points are.
Okay.
That's both in their actual financing request and in the type of service that they're looking for. Did they have a poor experience back ever before? Are they first-time home buyers and they have no idea what to ask?
Yeah.
So I try to lead the conversation in a way that shapes it in a way where they leave the conversation saying to themselves, wow, I can have an intelligent mortgage conversation with another person and know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So the education piece for me is very important, and the delivery is always calm, with conviction, and try to give real support on the phone. Okay? That's how I keep people calm.
So I know we've talked a lot about systems and what you've put in place and all those great things that are really helping you on a day-to-day.
Yes, sir.
If we just focus back to the relationship, because that's what this episode's all about, how would you say relationships and communication equate to being a real driver of your success?
I care. Like I genuinely care. Like, you can't have somebody come to me and say like that I didn't give it my all. Like, I genuinely have love for the people that I'm working with. Like, it's not superficial, it's genuine.
So are you speaking more from a partner?
No, everything.
From everything. So like break it down for me, the relationship piece from a partner, so like a lender, then a referral source, and then the client.
Okay.
Keep going with where you were going, but just when you say you care and everyone will know you gave it your all, give me those 3 buckets.
I think people energetically feel when somebody appreciates them or doesn't appreciate them through their tone and their delivery and things of that nature. So if you're talking to a partner, I've had people that have been working with me since 2017, like since the first day I started. I'm forever thankful to this day. I never take those relationships for granted. I thank them. Like I practice gratitude all the time, and whatever I can do to help either expand their business, whether that be through joint marketing or, for example, I give a lot of tickets away to my partners for them to give away to their customers. I try to show them that I really do care about them and I'm not taking their partnership for granted. And I find that a lot of people, after they start having a relationship for a bit of time, it becomes sort of like
transactional?
Yeah, but also like you're not worried about losing each other.
Oh, for granted, yeah. Yeah, no, there's no exclusivity. No one's married to anyone. It's business.
I know, but...
No, but you're right. People take it for granted. Because they think automatically it's like, when you're married, that's like exclusive. They're not going to go around. But there's always people looking for other people's business.
Like you used to say to me, you used to be the hunter. Now you've become the hunted.
No, 100%.
You know what I mean? And like I take that very seriously.
You used to be getting clients that used to work with previous mortgage people.
Yeah.
Because you were better, closer.
So,
or first,
I like to think of those relationships as if they're brand new all the time. And what would I do if it were brand new? Like, why would I treat somebody that's brand new differently than somebody who's been with me for whatever how many years, 8 years? Like,
yeah,
I shouldn't.
No, and something that you do really well that I work with the agents on too in the office. I keep telling them when you're bringing someone that's doing a few transactions a year, and you look at your best referral relationship that's very deep rooted. How do you get them from point B to point A? And 2 out of the 3 times you're talking has to be about personal.
100%.
It has to be. If it's business every single time, it's just not going to ever turn into that. You need to understand what they do personally. I know you do. Yeah. I'm saying that's a common mistake that people make in the relationship building process, or they think I got to get deals from this person. I got to constantly be telling them about rates and about different lenders. It's not always about that. It's how do you understand what they're doing on the weekend? What do they like doing on for hobbies in addition to business, right? And I think you did a great job at that.
I'm not really down to have a relationship with somebody where we reciprocate business where I don't know anything about them.
Yeah, and that's what it should be.
Because it really helps shape the character, and it also helps drive business together. Yeah. Like, I don't need to be at your kid's birthday party, but I want to know like what's good. Mm-hmm. I want to be able to be there for big milestones, you know?
Yep.
So
like that.
Yeah, so that's partner. You know, customers, we're a customer first office. Okay?
I agree.
Okay? The word no should really not be a part of our vocabulary. And let me just give color on that. Like, if a customer wants something and we can do it, we should do everything in our power to try and say yes.
Right.
Okay? And we should be customer first. Like, you know, if a customer wants to speak to me and my whole day is slammed, we have to rearrange something to be able to speak to that customer. Mm-hmm. We have to either, you know, create more time. We have to push off something that's not like, don't push a customer call to the next week. Don't like just be there for them, and they'll feel that love.
Yeah.
You know, that's one thing. Number two, I tell every customer, I'm here to work for you.
Yeah.
It's important that you understand that everything I do is to try and ensure that everything happens smoothly for you. The interest rate, the bank, the product, the structure, the timing, who you're involved with, who is involved in your file. Like, if you want to only speak to me, that's fine. Like, there's some customers are like that, you know what I mean? And like, just because I have a process in place, I have to sometimes deviate from the process because some customers have a certain expectation. Is that great for scalability? Not really. But we work with what we have, you know? And I think they really appreciate that. But I also make a big effort for people to understand that we are in fact a team and that everybody matters and everybody has a part of the process. Like, as much as you want me to do it, you're going to get a much better, faster response from somebody who handles this all the time.
No, and my next question was, what advice would you give newer agents, but you with clients and turning them into loyal, repeat clients? And you answered that spot on.
Paul, the first, second, third, fourth, and fifth thing is you got to do a good job on the mortgage.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
that's there's you don't overcomplicate a simple process. You onboard a client, you kill it, you hit it out of the park. You ensure that the referral source knows who you are. You ensure that you ask the client for business. So you onboard the client, assuming it came from somewhere, you do a really good job. You give a good rate, you give a good product, you give good service, you care, and you try to keep that up no matter how much business you do. Because obviously, like, you know, a lot of, the last thing you want to hear is, oh, you got too big. It's too big for me now. You don't want to hear that. It's tough, you know? So you do a good job. Once the deal's done, you call the referral source, you say, hi, my name is Daniel, you know, I helped with this transaction, just want to say thank you. Also, like, if there's anything I could do to help, please, you know, think of me. Yeah. And it's all about the follow-up. The original call doesn't matter. If you follow up with that person, I guarantee they'll give you a deal. And if you ask for it, you say, just give me a chance, prove myself to you, okay? It's one deal. What's the worst thing that can happen for them? It could be, the upside is unimaginable. And you call the customer and you say, you know what, congratulations on your closing. You know, thank you so much. I hope you had a pleasant experience. Please, you know, put up a Google review if you can. And if there's anybody that you know or think that would benefit from my services, please feel free to give out my number, you know? And like, I just don't know if people call. I don't know if people call their closings. Yeah. Do you? For sure you do. Do people call their closings?
Do I know, or do I call my
no. Do people call their
majority of them do, as they should.
Yeah.
Right? And a call is very different than a text or an email or a message. They should be calling every single closing.
You know, I was struggling a bit before, I still am a little bit, with calling renewals, okay? Because we have like an automatic drip going and people whatever, they email us back, but I'm sure there's a lot of deals that are kind of just, that we're not doing. And I was like looking through the list one day. I was driving and I had it printed out and I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna make a couple calls while I'm driving. And I'm going through the list and I'm like, what am I gonna fucking say to these people? Like, I haven't spoken to them in 5 years. What am I gonna say? Are mortgages up for renewal? Like, what? And yes, that is true. And I said, you know what? The amygdala came out, right? I said, enough. Yeah. Let's call. I started calling, and they were so happy to hear from me.
Of course they were.
They were like, Dan, it's so good to hear from you. My daughter this, the house this, we're so happy. Like, they're like, we're coming up, this is what the bank offered, or, my daughter, my this. And I was floored. I was floored. And then I just started calling people randomly. Just for nothing.
What about your past
Just for nothing. I would just call them and say, what's going on?
As you should.
And some of them ended up being like 40 minutes long, so that's a little tough for sure. But
Yeah.
but you try.
Yeah.
And some of them are just like, it's so good to hear from you, and I love hearing from them.
That's right.
And I have this like weird, let's call it a superpower. I remember like their deals that I did, like, and what they were going through at that time,
That's right.
and I'll just bring it up, and they
love it.
and I think that so many people at the point where they get scared to call, which I totally did. I got that overwhelming fear.
Yeah.
They just shut down and don't do it. Just try it.
Yeah.
Just try it. It's mind-boggling.
Call past clients.
I think there's over $100 million of business not touched in that database.
100. I've been telling you that for months.
Yeah. I really believe you.
So when you speak to them, tell them I'm here to work for you. Do a good job on their deal. Call past clients, and
Just don't be afraid to pick up the phone.
that's good advice.
I think so too, man. It's simple and it's easy.
Any questions for me before we go?
Yeah, I think we gotta get a little granular with your part. No, Max? Yeah.
Fired up.
I don't have like a sheet.
You don't need a sheet.
I don't have a sheet.
You don't need a sheet.
Okay.
You have a big brain.
Yeah. Oh,
Put you on the spot there.
a little bit. So the topic is about leading through relationships.
Good eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Not that
Okay,
you remember
so-
that I said the word 50 times for this episode. You had to reread the paper.
I didn't reread the paper.
No, not at all. This episode is sponsored by TaylorMade Lending. If you're looking for quick closings and flexible private options with a 2-year fully open term, TaylorMade has you covered.
So, there's a few things that come to mind for me, okay? And they're sort of evolutionary, okay? Because when you were at TD Bank, you knew everyone that held keys to everything. You spent, your adolescent life there, right? Like you grew up from like 18 to 30 at the bank, right? So you met different people, and as people moved on, you stayed connected, and it was like you were like a fish in water.
Sure.
So you move over to the broker side, where it's way different. What are 3 steps you took to build relationships with people that you needed to because you were managing a group of brokers that look up to you for your support?
We're talking just partners?
Sure.
To
For now.
3 steps I took?
Sure. Just so we keep it, bullet point and to the point,
The first thing that I did, coming in, we weren't doing a ton of business. I had no idea really where to go for any answers for you guys. I felt a little bit out of water. If you had an appeal or you had a rate that you needed, I kind of felt like I was known for coming through in the clutch. At those moments, it was very, very challenging. So I kind of put myself in the shoes of new people when they come over here and they're used to a certain bank and all those other types of things. Because over there, I did know everything. So I think the first thing that I did was I really took the time to sit with, at the time, there was really 12 agents at the office. Sat with each of them to understand who they were doing business with. And then I reached out to whoever I had access to at the time, which was the, kind of our relationship managers. I wasn't with executive levels or any of that other stuff. And I just booked calls with them and introduced myself. I'm coming in as managing partner. I'm brand new to this space. And then I just started going out for coffees or lunches with them. And I remember we did a lot with the big banks and a couple of smaller lenders, and through going out with them, just getting to know them personally. And I did that. And then of course, the second thing you do is as you're getting larger and you're doing more volume, more people are reaching out. And I just did what I always, I just always rely on my principles, which was continuing to be respectful, be professional. Anytime you're appealing something or you're picking up that phone, really trying to understand where they're coming from, never writing irrational emails, And I just remember that we would do a lot of things where, you know, I would go out of my way to go to events and meet people and just being yourself and really trying to get to know people personally, right? I wouldn't say no to anything. I remember I was going out to events or traveling to the different national conferences a lot at the beginning. I wasn't home a lot. So I think people don't see the importance in that. So number one was making the calls, booking them for lunches and coffees. Okay.
Yeah, which I wanna
Dive back into. I wrote down here.
Just a little bit because that's a little high level.
I might not get into three. Okay.
Okay, go. What's your second piece?
The second piece was trying to attend and meet as many people as you can at industry events. So
that's kind of like the follow-up, right? Like
yeah, but industry events like or conferences or these types of different things, because as we started doing more volume, more people were reaching out to us, and now you're meeting all the different lenders that you're touching. But prior to that, you want to get to know if we ever have to build a relationship.
Yeah.
And then the last piece was no matter when people would come in, so any lender that would call and say, hey, I want to come and speak to the team, I want to present to the team, I did the best I could to ensure that we welcomed them with open arms.
Yep.
And I think the one thing that every lender says is when they come, whether it was this office, our old office at Keel and Steele's there, or even Shepherd, Finch and Shepherd when we were there, Young and Shepherd, sorry, they come in and they say that the feel and how we welcome them with open arms, and the fact that, you know, we're in person and we're giving them our attention. And now as we grow, it's tougher to get people in the office. But I think those were all the things. And anytime they would come, I would stay after and we would have a coffee or we'd, you know, either grab lunch, and then it just kind of escalates from there as you know who to go to. And we were fortunate enough that we built relationships with executives. Like we're fortunate enough
I want to get to that too.
Yeah, sure. Because that not everyone has that opportunity, but we really, I didn't do it purposefully. It's really organic. I'm not going somewhere saying, he's an executive, I gotta become best friends with him. It's just doing what I always did. I naturally want to get to know people. I think for myself, I pride myself, that's my biggest strength. I'm only here because of the relationships I built. I'm not the smartest guy in the room. You know, I'm not...
Top 5 best looking for sure.
Yeah, okay. I don't know if good looks is gonna get you too far all the time, but maybe it helps, sure. But yeah, so I hope I gave enough there, but those are kind of the 3 things that I would say.
I think you did great.
Thanks.
I think that there's one thing that could be really replicated in any sort of situation that you do when you're meeting new people, like when it comes to business in particular. Like the respect thing is like beyond, you know, it's your entire approach and aura, which is, it's a gift for sure, you know, which is sometimes taken for granted, and this layers into the respect thing, is you ask to prove yourself at every meeting. You know, we'll never meet with anybody, no matter where they're from or where they're at. You'll never ask for anything until we prove ourselves.
Yeah.
And I think
That's a good point.
It goes a really long way. So I think that if you're an agent and you're trying to work with somebody, don't ask for anything until you're able to prove yourself. So whether that be through any sort, like if they tell you to come to an event and you say yes, you know, it shows your commitment. If they send you a deal and you hit it out of the park, it shows your commitment. So I think that's something really noble about you, that you always say, let us prove it to you, and we'll take it from there.
Yeah.
So now you let's say, so you touched upon the exec thing, so that's good. So like, you know, through the events, you would meet different people and they heard about us, and, you know, they would say, and they would ask, how did you do this? And you would always remain super humble, right? Which is really important. I think people really gravitate towards that as well. And I think that your approach to just, you know, to the banks, that we just want to do good, clean, big business.
Yeah.
And it's true from the actual business that's done. So you put your money where your mouth is.
Yeah. Another big thing, and as you're saying this, is that I'm really receptive to their feedback too. And I don't know if everyone is.
Yeah.
And when they call me and they say an agent maybe put together an email that wasn't received well, or, you know, you guys, you know, maybe there's some deals that are coming in and our funding ratios aren't really high, or we need to see more from the group in a certain, more insured deal, or whatever the case is. I'm just throwing out examples.
And you ask. You ask on an ongoing basis, right?
We do. And we do business planning with them, and we really value, like, I want them to understand it's a two-way street. This isn't us just sending you deals and we expect the world from you, and it goes back and forth. We want to improve. We want to run this a little bit different. It's not the wild, wild west. And I think that was really well received by them. I think that's a good point. Every time I was meeting with them, it's about, let us, this is a relationship that I'm committing to. We're going to speak to the group. We can never force anyone to send any deals anywhere, but naturally by you coming and building relationships, again, and I tell all the lenders this, we are really a group. The more you're seen here, the more people are shaking hands, spending time, the more they learn about that lender, the more they're going to send or partner, right? Whether, it's a lawyer, an accountant, appraiser, whatever. So I think, and I do that with all of them, like, give me the feedback, give me the goods. And I think we take it away and we try our best to really listen. And I'm very fortunate that, the group within these four walls is extremely respectful, and they do care and they make changes. Because a lot of people could just be like, whatever, like, I'm going to do business the way I want. I'm not going to listen. It doesn't matter to me, but they don't. I think everyone takes it pretty serious. So that's another thing I'd have to add in my conversations with them.
Yeah, I think that people understand that we're just really scratching the surface right now.
I agree.
And we need the banks in order to continue to grow this thing. Like
100%.
just like they need us, we need them.
Absolutely.
So really well said. And then the next piece for me would be, you have this way of, I don't know how else to say it, but you have, like, the agents just fall in love with you, like, in the most professional way possible. Like, I like, they come to you as a confidant, and it's not just one or two, it's everyone.
Yeah.
So what can you extrapolate from the way that you handle the relationships that you think can be replicated in a business sense?
To simplify it, it's show them how much you care before you show them how much you know. I just truly care for people. Like, I don't really know how else to say it, and you can't fake that, right? Like, I remember getting into mortgages, I would try to go on Twitter and learn about, I started following all these financial people, and then, sports talk would come up, and I'm just way more interested in that. Like, I can't read about, the economics, and now I care about it because I'm integrated in it. But at the time, what you're passionate about, and I can look at statistics and all this other stuff all day. But people, no matter who it is, they have a cross to bear. They have, I try to walk in their shoes, and you got to find common ground with people. Like, you're going to be working with them every day. So whether it's kids, whether it's vacation, whether it's food, whether it's sports, whether it's travel, I said vacation, like, you're going to find something with everybody, no matter what path of life you come from. And it's not something that you got to be genuine about it, because people know who's, like, we're in a time now where you have a conversation with someone, you're like, that guy's fake, like, he's just, or that girl's like, and by fake, it's disgenuine, and you can just have a quick conversation. But even, like, I try to, and I got to get much better at this, but put away my phone, make eye contact, be present. And I think the biggest thing of why the agents, kind of respect me, I'm going to say that, not fall in love with me, respect me, is because I really...
It's probably a better word. Sorry.
That's okay. I think that, similar to what you said about what you say to your clients, I care about their business. And when I tell them that your business is not my business, like, I am fully back behind this, I mean it.
Yeah.
And I truly want them to be successful. And I've said this many, many moons ago, there's nothing better than when an agent buys a new house, gets a new car, maybe they're going on the vacation, they're hitting their, whatever the case is. It's not because money is coming in and they bought, like, it is that, but, not because materialistic things are coming in, it's because they're achieving the goals that they aspire to do. And I feel I was a part of that, because I'm with them in their bad moments, when they lose a deal, when they don't have confidence, when at the beginning, when all they're getting is really garbage, tough deals that have been recycled, and you feel like you're never going to find, like, I've been there with them. And then when you see success and you help them and they grow, it is what it is. It's just, I don't know. I guess you can't really teach someone that besides telling them be genuine, be present, and actually find a common ground with people, you know?
So before we
let's wrap up
before
soon.
we wrap up, because this is an important one for me.
Okay.
You're a father, right?
Yes.
You got 3 daughters, you got a family.
Yes.
You know, managing partner here. We're a triple-digit agent now. You know, how can you?
I hate this question.
How can you?
How do I balance it? How do I manage it?
Yeah. I mean, like yoga 9 o'clock.
It's reformer Pilates with Adrian. I do that once a week now. Yoga, I stopped. Yeah.
Sorry. So the question is like, how do you combat when an agent says to you, "I don't have time to prospect"? That's number one, and based on your life, number one.
Yeah.
And number two is, how do you balance being a support for, let's call it 100 agents, if not more?
I don't think anyone's gonna like this answer. I'm not, because I think people don't like something has to give.
Okay.
Okay? Like there's only 24 hours in a day. To me, I handle I knock on wood, maybe it's just I don't know, but I can handle everything.
Okay.
That comes my way. You have to. I coach.
Oh, I know, but there's
I coach. So something has to give.
I
I know you do. I like you take on what comes in. Something has to give. So how do you fit it all in? You have to be extremely efficient at your job. You have to continue to prioritize. I wake up extremely early and I go to bed really late. I don't sleep. I don't really know what else. That's not the answer I want to give. It's not like, hey guys, sleep 4 hours, okay? Take notes. That's not, because that's not healthy. Anyone that comes on the show is gonna be like, oh, you need 8 hours. But if I want to get in my gym time, if I want to be extremely efficient and get in 7-8 meetings a day with you guys, if I gotta take all my calls, I want to be present with my kids. I want to go to events. Gia made cross country. She's running for the first time. I'm just saying, like, or Kat has a volleyball tournament. That's an hour in the day. This is the flexibility it gives you. But people that come here because they want flexibility, you need to be producing at a specific level to have that flexibility. Do you know what I mean? Like if you're just going somewhere for flexibility, it's not that. So, long answer short.
Daniel, answer short.
How do I balance? Like, I never look at things and say, I can't do this. It's what can I push to the side, or what can I do quicker to get through it all? You just got to take what's on your plate. And these aren't problems. Like to me, work, coaching, working out, going for lunches, meetings, all this stuff, like you can find time. These are all good things.
I agree.
And you gotta ride the wave when it's high, because again, knock on wood, and I'm very blessed. Like there's really people are going through really challenging times, and where your mind just can't operate at an optimal level, whatever it is, right?
I think the answer to...
Yeah, what is the answer?
Because I just see you just operate.
Yeah,
so I think you...
Maybe I didn't answer it well, but...
No, you did. Because the something's got to give is a really important point, because you just can't do it all, So you got to figure out where you can give, and you got to be nimble with it, right? Because it's not unilateral. One day it's more of this, one day it's less of that. Number one, you're a really strong delegator, okay? That's number one. And you know exactly the person to delegate to when it comes to certain different things, right? Because the business is multifaceted. So that's number one. Number two, I believe, and I don't think, and I could be wrong, you don't push things to the side. You deal with things as they come in.
I try to.
You know what I mean? Like, if something comes in, you either answer the email, you answer the call, you flip you don't make a to-do list to then attack it. Like I don't ever see you make a to-do list. You just deal with
there's
it.
times that like if a report can get out the next day, or I'll sign on at night, I'll just put it on my calendar if like I'm really up against it, if I get called into stuff, but I don't, there's never more than one thing that will go the next day.
I think you have a way to simplify very overcomplicated situations, such as, for example, an appeal. Like you can do it from your phone.
Yeah.
You're very mobile.
Yeah.
And you can crank through these things right away, and you can manage them right away. And I think that's kind of DF, story short.
Yeah.
You deal with things as they come in.
I do.
A little bit reactively,
yeah.
but it works for you.
But it's also perspective, right? Like people will be like, oh, like I got to answer calls when I'm with my kids, or like I got to sign on at 11 and like I want to watch a like there's going to be times that I can do those other things that I said. You have to get the trade-off. And you can't just look at it like, oh, like you think I like answering calls when I'm in the car with my kids? No, but I got to pick my spots. Like, I don't, if it's very urgent and I need to call, but they also understand that, we can go on a vacation or I can come see you at Volley Bar. I can be your coach. And like, my dad was running a restaurant up until I was like 12, 13. Like, he didn't come watch a lot of my games. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not mad at it. We had to work. It is what it is. But again, there's certain moments that I prioritize and I move around. I don't look at it as a bad thing. Like, my phone ringing is a good thing.
I agree. And
it's
all about perspective.
So I think perspective's big. I think prioritizing's big. Being mobile is big. And yeah, finding a fast solution and delegating, all those things are great. But you just like, I'm the wrong person because I know it's a different culture now. I don't feel bad in the moment where people say I have too much work, I can't get to it. Okay, well,
I think it's a blessing.
Delegate, hire someone, be more efficient, lean on resources, get AI. Like, there's other stuff to do. You know what I mean?
Get AI.
Not get AI.
Get AI.
Use AI, sorry. Anyways, is that your final? Get AI.
Get AI.
We're done. Thank you. Good episode.